Here we go, everybody! The grand final! 2 on the Spider Queen kicks us off. We have a best of 7. Yeah, we're going big on the grand final. And we have Team Wah against the Hardos. Let's go! Medivh gets banned. Obviously, the team in blue had the advantage that they could watch all of the games that were played thus far, so they have a bit of an idea what the Hardos did today, what kind of picks they really wanted to go for, and can adjust their own playstyle to it. I'm super hyped for this one. This is a rematch of the the winner bracket final, where both teams already met for the first time, and it was a highlight. It was an absolute highlight. It went down to the wire, the final map, and just imagine if we're really going to map number 7 here. That would be fantastic. Now, either way, as the bans are starting to tickle in, Medivh is the first one that got banned out, but we continue with Vala, which is very often what's happens next. Interestingly enough, they are banning Immortal. It has been Zelia that locked in Immortal time and time again whenever he had an opportunity to do that, but they are banning. Now, oftentimes, of course, when we have best of 7 series, the grand final starts with the 1-0 lead for the team that made it into the grand final through the winner bracket. And guys, I just think that's stupid. I totally get the argument in favor of it, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's only one right answer, but as people pointed out earlier, imagine, for example, if we are headed into a football, soccer match, whatever, and one team started with a 1-0. That's obviously kind of dumb. I'm not a fan of that in best of 7s either, so instead the advantage for the blue team is that they were able to take the map, and they also have first pick now on the first map. That's an advantage. Another one is they have to play less games because they arrived in the grand final so much faster. The Hardos, they're already a little bit tired, therefore they had to play quite a few games here today, and Team Wah could watch all of them, so they could do additional research. So we have a full best of 7 in front of us. Tigers as a first pick. Now we have Urel coming in and Stukov. Yeah, and Lucio plus Greymane. It's also cool that Lucio is played by Yasuo on the first map. Oftentimes he gets denied. Here's Lucio. And Nick on Greymane, again, he's just fun. We talked about that during the winner bracket final between the two teams, but also we had it in action on the last map that the Hardos played against the Donuts, and he is just a monster. Now, this tournament has a 4,000 euro prize pool, and the two teams, if I'm not completely mistaken, play for 2,300 now in total. First place gets 1,300 euros. Second place gets still 1,000 euros. So there's quite a bit of pizza money on the line here. The entire tournament sponsored also by our Mr. X, a Heroes of the Storm fan from Germany that has been watching and playing the game ever since Alpha, watched esports grow, watched HTC, and also watched it, of course, fall apart and wants to support the esports scene right now. So a big shout out to him, wants to stay anonymous, but again, big shout out to him. Yeah, and here we have it, the grand final of the first season. Rexa and the Spider Queen. Okay, off we go. Rexa and Johanna, the front line is set for them. And Zelia, talking about front line, what are we going to see from him? He played a lot of Muradin, he played a little bit of Diablo, but that's pretty much where it stopped. So normally it's an Immortal that he wants. Whenever the Immortal isn't available, Muradin was his second choice, and there are a few maps where he locked in Diablo. Tomb of the Spider Queen could be one of them. The birdie. Oh, Masquerade is in! Masquerade is in today, my bad! Zelia on Falstad, therefore, and Masquerade on Stitches. Masquerade didn't play with them in the playoffs yet, and even in the last couple of tournaments during the qualification phase, he also was not there to play with them. But he is back to business, so Zelia is not playing the main tag any longer. Yeah, that caught me a little bit off guard, especially since the last time that we saw them play, Masquerade also wasn't here. I didn't expect that. Either way, we have the front line enhanced by Imperius, so now we have a triple front line for them, so to say. And Greymane, yeah, that's a lot of oomph right there. It's going to be a big brawl. Game number 1, the best of 7 starts up, everybody. It is Team Wah against the Hardos. Game number 1 in the best of 7 grand final. The conclusion of the X Cup summer. Decisive for the blue team on Urel. We have Zelia on the birdie. Banana H playing Stukov in the first game of the best of 7 series. Dino is playing Tychus, and we have Masquerade back to business on Stitches. Now, I'm not 100% certain where exactly he was over the last couple of days, but to my knowledge, he was on vacation and came back this weekend. So yeah, good to have him back here. But I gotta say, he has pretty big shoes to fill now. Up before Zelia started to fill into the main tank role for him, everybody just said Masquerade probably the best tank right now in Europe. Yeah, and then Zelia started to flex into the main tank, and all of a sudden they just dominated with our bad boy just murdering everyone, engaging, setting kills up, and dominating the front line. So, yeah, Masquerade, you gotta prove yourself here today. Bad Benny on the right side for the Hardos. He's playing Johanna. We got Hardos on Imperius. Copenhagen is playing Rexa. And we get Nick with a Viciousness on Greymane. And he has to be that vicious beast so that they can lock in a victory on the first map. Let's see if they can pull it off. Yasuo's playing Lucio. Get a bit of an Overwatch flair in it. And Misha gets hooked immediately. And that is just unbearable. Absolutely unbearable. She thought that it would be impossible for her to die here. Went into the vent, and the hook, I mean, it barely missed her, but it connected. And for Misha, this is really tough now. Rexa, he didn't like it either. I mean, he can barely stand the pain that caused him. But with the second kill, we have the team not only getting the kill against Misha, but now also coming through with a real one, taking our boy Lucio down, and that is them opening up the map with a bang. So, good for them. Masquerade is waiting for the next token. Hazu is walking straight into them. Hazu with the aggressive rotation, and he gets punished for it. Oftentimes you can see them make the rotation over here. Extremely safe at the side. Hazu decided against it. Walked straight into the triple setup that was trapping the bush. And guys, that's kill number 2. That is... hello? 2 kills? 1 minute in? Are you kidding me? The Hardos, they had a really nice series against the Donuts, but now they gotta be careful. 2 kills against them, they're already off to a bad start. But both teams are now going for the camp. We have our stacks coming together for the birdie. Zelia is working on that, the patchwork creation for our boy Stitches. And Zelia is already flying down, so they are going instantly for the Siege Giant camp. Trying to make sure that they're gonna get some pressure going on the bot lane and maybe even take a tower or 2 down. Misha is trying to sniff this out and regrets her decisions immediately, so Misha dead. The rotations of the blue team are just a little bit crisper at this point. And of course we're only 2 minutes in, but you still gotta be careful here. Eyes in the dark are in, bot lane gets pressured, mid lane similar picture. And now we also got the Hunter Gatherer as a level 4 talent choice for Rexa. And here comes the wave clear. The birdie comes in. Zelia, they're trying to get something done. A few more stacks for him already. Masquerade with a hook. The hit. Yasuo in trouble. Dodges out to the bottom and is able to escape. Bad Benny with a re-engage. Has the iron skin and uses it as Dino takes aim with Tychus and gets the additional damage in. But Hazu is also attempting to turn it now and is aiming for Stitches, who is now making another move for Copenhagen. And when those hooks keep coming from the side, you as a side laner always feel a bit uncomfortable, especially on Tomb of the Spider Queen, where you normally hold a whole lot of gems and you can't die. Nice lockdown by Banana. He interrupted that combo attempt. If they get an obviously C stacked on Dino, that is a potential kill. So yeah, well played. The Hardos trying to bring this back as they're going for the kill, and they take it. Alright, we got a match in our hand now. We're not gonna get anybody move in with an immediate beatdown here. Urel is dead, the Space Goat eliminated. Yasuo, yeah, he's just speeding up. He was warming up earlier, got caught off guard just once, but by now he's looking a bit better here. Nick at the top is playing it out against Zelia. gem amounts. Both of them now have 50. Both of them can go for the turn-in. So there's definitely an opportunity to get the Web Weavers en route and try to take one of the forts down, or at least break a couple of walls. Boomerang on level 7. Also, level 7 still. There it is. It's missing for just another moment for the Hardos. And here it is again. They go for Copenhagen. I talked about it. 22 gems. He can't die, and he does. They need to pick him up. Yasu on the run, and he gets out. The gems, on the other hand, that's a different question. Hasu sitting at 24 gems, and he's trying to escape here. They're body blocking him a bit more, but he makes it out. They are salvaging the gems, but boy, are they under pressure. They are going for much more aggressive rotations than you would normally see them, and they are just falling for these traps that Team is setting up every time between the lanes. So this is starting to become a bit of a theme and a problem for them, honestly. A slight lead in experience is the result of all of this. And the hooks that Masquerade are firing out are not too shabby either. Blue Web Weavers will be descending first in this game. And down at the bot lane, here we go. I kind of like the Skinergy, by the way, that he goes for the same color here with the mount and also with the skin, but I gotta admit that this is by far the shittiest Stitches skin that we have in the game. You have the Psycho Stitches, you have the Chef Stitches, but that one is just absolute horseshit. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of fans out there, but I just want to tell you, if you are a big fan of this particular skin, you are just wrong. I'm sorry. 3 kills to 1. The Fashion Police has called, guys, and the verdict is out. It's not a good skin. So, 30 stacks by now for the birdie. False set is in. Doesn't really matter what kind of skin he's rocking, by the way. He's still able to hit these hooks, and he hits them pretty hard. And at least the color coordination is neat. Bot lane pressure. Down here we have the fountain also obliterated. The wall down, the fountain down, and the same happening in the middle. So they are taking a lot of sustain away that the team normally wants to have. Misha, nice! Just stopping there. No hook this time. Misha is still alive. Okay, so Dequaza starting to realize that he's a bit outnumbered at the bottom of the map and moves away immediately. Mid lane, even more damage against the fort. Level 10 has kicked in. No surprises as of now. Stitch is still expected to go for Gorge here, and indeed he does. Trying to hit another hook, but Misha, of course, is in the way, so it makes it a bit more difficult. Only hits the minion. There's the level 10 ability for the Hardos, and they can try to turn the fight. Blessed Shield is in. Where's the connect? There it is. Imperious with a big jump, and they're going for the isolation against Masquerade. But the Gust is saving the day for the front line. The tank alive. The Siege Giants taken once again. And now they can pressure the bot lane fort even further, especially with Dino, of course, using the ranged attacks here. Another turn-in is nearly possible. They have another 28 gems that they could deliver, and they are already en route doing exactly that. Second Web Weaver wave would be a big win if they can get both, and they have now enough gems to make it happen. But of course the Hardos also want to turn in, especially Nick, who holds 28, and they are able to do that up at the top. Red Web Weaver wave is touching ground next. 3 kills to 1. By now, Team is setting up a position where they are trying to go for Copenhagen here. No vision, and he's staying super safe for good reason. Because if he just pops his head out and that hood connects, then it's going to be a 4 versus 5 attack, and you don't want to have that. So, all the way up at the top, Zelia with a very passive stance as well, with 28 gems, you got to. Mid lane though, the attack against Dinos is attempting to take the Web Weavers down. The top attack is also continuing. And we have the supports just sitting here at the side. The gate is already open. Zelia, he needs to protect these gems. So he's playing it very slow. But they go for Stitches. Once again, the delivery is in and Masquerade is dead. The kill is there, and now they go for Banana. Yasu, he's showing no mercy. He dives in deep. The slap from Stukov, it's not enough. Does create some space, but the kill comes through regardless. Sound barrier to save the day for them, but Hazu finds himself in trouble and is getting dropped by the Space Goat. Copenhagen, he tries to go for Dino, but doesn't stand a chance there. 4 kills to 3, and level 12 on both sides. Damage output, to give you guys an idea, 23,000 for Tychus. We have 14,000 for Imperius. Imperius is a top damage dealer for the team. And they turn in. They have it. The second turn in for the red team. Double turn in. 2 in a row for the Hardos. This has been their best map for a long time. They absolutely excelled on Tomb of the Spider Queen. But going up against the Donuts and against Team, wow, it was always close. And here comes the attempt to go for Copenhagen, but Zelia's already found out, and with 39 gems, he can't be that aggressive. They were trying to get a kill here, but they couldn't. That would, of course, been the dream. But the Web Weavers at the bot lane, they get taken down immediately. Red team likely going to focus into the mid lane now. Copenhagen and Yasuo still sitting it out bot side a bit longer. In the middle of the map, Masquerade, the Blessed Shield. Oh, not like this. Hazu jumps in and out. That was scary for just a second. Finds himself on the wrong side of the wall. It gets opened up anyways. But now, of course, they have to attempt to take down some of these structures. Especially the fountain has to fall. But talking about falling, Johanna, she gets taken. Gets gorged and dropped. And that's the main tank gone. So the Hardos, they have to fall back. At the bottom of the map, though, as you can see, even some extra damage on the fort here. We have 5 kills to 3 now in total. Level 16 talents are next. But the issue is still that we have 73 gems in the hands of Team WA. They defended perfectly against that last objective. I mean, perfectly. And now Zelia is going to attempt to at least get rid of some of his gems. He's at 42. So he doesn't want to go for the secret mount. He wants to turn it in. Yeah, and again, the good old story. If you're not quite sure what I'm talking about. Once I played a game on Tomb of the Spider Queen, where me and some others that were on the same team, didn't know each other, by the way, had a couple of gems because the game was just flowing really well. I'll hold that thought, because what's flowing really well here is also that Gorge, but also a good stun against Masquerade, so he might not be able to walk away with the kill. Here comes the Blessed Shield, and Banana H! Yes, they squash the Banana. Stukov is down. Another hook against Hazu, though. How the fuck did that work? Alright, short distance ult just to get away, and they get the kill. 2 down. That objective is not gonna do anything. That looked kind of funny. That looked really funny. He comes in with a hook and is like, get over here. And then Imperius is like, no, no, no. You get over here. And pulls him back. So Stitches is dead too. Probably didn't see that coming. It's a 5 versus 3. They still seem to get some value out of it. Guys, they got the fort at the bot lane and they're getting the one in the middle. They have a camp and they have the spiders. So, yeah, they're looking good here. Zelia, no! 18 gems! Oh, and the Quasar, he's at 16. Can they get him too? If they get the Quasar as well, that's them losing every gem that they hold. And yes, even the ult gets used by Copenhagen. Ah, they still have 29. Okay, Dino had more than I expected. My bad. Dino is still at 29, but obviously they lost more than 30 now. And there's already a play for the top boss right here, so they're trying to make that one work. Now, talking about making that work, what definitely worked was the hook in the Gorge, but he's very much alone. They need some help for him. Blessed Shield, Masquerade, mistakes were made. The Hardos with another kill. And these are starting to hurt. These are staggered deaths, and now we have 8 kills to 5, and they still go for the boss, and you gotta cut your losses at some point. At some point you just gotta realize they're not gonna take it, and you have to somehow defend. So, blue team, maybe a bit too aggressive now. Not quite sure if I like some of the decisions that have been made over the last 2-3 minutes. But Dino and Banana are still at the bottom. Dino with 29 gems is of course still in the spot where he would love to turn in, I guess. Boss has not been claimed yet. They want to sync it up with the Web Weavers, and that's what they're doing. So yeah, that is going to be a dangerous push through the top lane. They want to go for the full-on double whammy top side. Now, that allows Team WA to push the bottom out a bit more. But up at the top, there's our boss. So now they have the Web Weavers coming down and the boss at the same time. Defense at the bot lane is there. They need more heroes topside though if they really want to make this a successful push. And well, there they are. Now, Imperius is already on the way, so he's moving in too. But they also need Rexa to join the fun eventually. But this is obviously designed to take at least the keep down. I mean, at least the keep. You have to take that one. 0 deaths on Greymane. He's at 25,000. Tychus hasn't fallen yet either. The big hook. And talking about Greymane not dying, I think that's going to change now. I have an inkling. Nick, No way! Nick is jumping out and Yasuo is ready. Yasuo dodges even the hook. Hazu with the delivery system and they get the Stukov kill. The fuck? What a game by the Hardos. Bad Imperials against these bad boys. They showed it against the Donuts. Now they're showcasing it again against Team Wow. The one that dropped them into the losers bracket, and without mercy they're going for core at the 14 mini-mark. What the hell? The Hardos with the big plays. Unbelievable. 11 kills to 5. What a performance. The Hardos, they take the lead in the grand final. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. The Hardos pulled it off. They won map number 1 against Team Towers of Doom. And, well, we're off to a good start. I like it. There's always, of course, the threat of one team just dominating a grand final. And normally it's the team that makes it through the winner's bracket. Especially given the history between the two teams. Team came into this as the favorite. Now, out of... oh god, how many was it? Out of 7 tournaments that the blue team participated in during the qualification phase of the event, they won 6 tournaments. 6. The last 6 that they participated in, they won every single one of them. And every time they went up against the Hardos, they just crushed them. Maybe not completely crushed them, but they won every time, and sometimes they didn't even drop a single map. So they came in here as the favorite. And of course, in the winner bracket final, they also were able to lock in a victory. It was really close though. It was a 3-2 victory for the blue team in the end. But now that we're heading into the grand final, the Hardos are showcasing from the first map that they are not willing to just simply roll over here and yield first spot. They want to be the champion of the event. And they are off to a good start. But now we're heading into Towers of Doom. It's map number 2. Stitches gets banned against the Hardos. Seems like the blue team doesn't want to face off against Stitches. A little bit afraid that they're going to get a taste of their own medicine here. Vala banned again, and so is Junkrat. And here's the Medivh play. Medivh gets played in the grand final on map number 2. Hazu's track record today with completing his baseline stats, not great, but maybe now. Okay, so with Medivh already banned out, or already taken, sorry, what's the next step? Are you going to ban Diablo, for example? Is that something that they're worried about? The leyline into Apocalypse here in the playoffs didn't work out all that often. It's still quite strong. Now Tracer gets picked into Medivh. Tracer is of course still super powerful. Oftentimes you see a Medivh even picked against the Tracer though, because the shield can negate a lot of the value that Tracer is attempting to get with her bomb. So there's that. But Dino, of course, he is just fantastic on Tracer, and Medivh is also working with cooldowns. So at the end of the day, if you can bait that shield cooldown out a little bit more often, you might afterwards then be able to just coordinate the kill even better. We have the ban on Anubarak, as highlighted in game number 1. Xaylia has been playing Anubarak time and time again. And as I said, I am reminded again that Masquerade is here today, and therefore we have a different main tank. By the way, he did well on Stitches the first map. I already said he has big shoes to fill. Had a few hooks that surprised him a bit when Imperius came out with his own ult and decided to just bring it back, but yeah. No, but Anubarak obviously doesn't really matter if it's Xaylia playing it or Masquerade. It's fantastic for not only shutting down some of the plays with the cocoon, but also making the engage happen. And you have a Blaze as a follow-up, so there's another stun in here. The global up to now only on the side of the Hardos, so a Falstad pick would remedy that a little bit if Xaylia wants to play the birdie again. If not, then the Haka is going to control that, but there's the Falstad pick, counteracting the global pressure that the Haka is going to bring in. And Masquerade is playing ETC. Okay. ETC is in the house. Greymane likes beef. Don't know what to tell you. The man's hungry. He likes his burger. Well done. Actually, thinking about it, Greymane is probably... he wants it bloody. Greymane wants it bloody. Now, we got Yasuo as the final pick. We need some support, and it is Uther. Uther is in, and that's bad news for Tracer. He is going to have those stuns ready, and when Tracer zips in a little bit too close, then Uther is going to be the one that brings down the hammer and locks her in position for Greymane to take the kill. Towers of Doom, map number 2. Let's go, everybody. The second map in the best of 7 grand final at the X Cup Summer. Game number 2, Towers of Doom on the left side. Team with the Quasar on Blaze, Banana Age on Brightwing, Masquerade on ETC, Zelian Falstad, and Dino is playing Tracer in the second game of the series. On the right side of the map, the Hardos with Bad Benny on Garrosh, starting things off with a body check. We have Medivh played by Hazu, Yazu with Uther. Could even go into the Divine Storm here if they want to have additional CC on Tracer, but of course after a stun, even a follow-up with Copenhagen's Dehaka could be the play. Greymane gets played by Nick once again. Yeah, he's been playing a lot of Greymane throughout the tournament, day number 1 in particular, but also today. And his Greymane is a beast. Now that we're heading into our mid lane brawl, we have the stacks coming together for Zelia again, using that opportunity in the 5 versus 5, of course, to get some initial hits in on his Q. And gets another one against Benny, sitting at 10 already as we speak. Our 1 versus 1 lane, that's of course where everybody is starting to make their play. Now the move down to the bottom of the map, the portals will always empower that, speeds up the rotation, makes it very dangerous for side laners particularly, who are moving out maybe a bit too far and underestimate the speed with which the team can rotate if they have a Medivh on their side. On this level of play, you don't see it happen all that often, but again, sometimes mistakes just happen. For now, they are playing this around the 3-man that's moving down here. There's a bit of damage in the mid lane as Dino is trying to poke out Benny a little bit, but as the 1 minute mark passes, the camps are spawning and pumpkins get attacked. So they're starting to move straight in for this one. Medivh, of course, cheating as usual. We don't need to see that level 20 talent for us to know what's happening here. Providing vision and just saying like, yep, I know exactly what they're doing. Thank you. Legal map pack, I'll take that. Sounds awesome to me. Let's go. Yep, but the level 3 on board, both teams with the pumpkin camp. No early aggression where a team tries to invade. Masquerade, that's of course going to be the weak one to see what he can do with ETC. ETC can be an incredible asset to a team if you can keep him alive and if you are able to make good engages. But he is a bit low on the hit point pool compared to some others, but there's a good slide and Bad Benny finds himself in trouble, but the portal of Hazu saves him. Now Dehaka already moved down to help them out here, which leaves Falstad in the mid lane and Blaze up at the top. And Blaze is now starting to interrupt the potential rotation. He's going to stay here, and that's going to result in some experience lost as Copenhagen is trying to go towards the top lane. Yeah, already happening. The only goal here is to slow him down. That's all that you can try and do. Slow him down. And that portal was kind of nice. I got you, jet propulsion. Whoop whoop. And then immediately what follows afterwards is that he just portals over it. Oh my god! Copenhagen! Their timing! Even trying to turn it around against them. Look at that. Dehaka shakalaka indeed. He's shaking it up there. Nicely done. Copenhagen is just a side lane monster for sure. First objective is coming up now. Triple altar phase as usual, the first and the 5th rotation. And down here, Dino attempting the channel, but there are quite a lot of friends that they are bringing with them. Body blocking, Brightwing, and Brightwing is too late. ETC is dead, Masquerade is eliminated, Greymane likes his beef raw, comes in and takes him down with the help of Medivh, who's now sitting at 11 stacks. So still far off from completing the quest. But yeah, we're getting there slowly. Mühsam nähert sich das Eichhörnchen. Now at the top left, we still have Copenhagen. Yeah, they're creating some extra space for the second altar to be channeled, and therefore 2 out of the 3 altars go over to the Hardos, and they are slightly ahead. Yasuo already saw all of that. Hazu is going for some additional stacks, and the bomb connects with Benny. I'm not really too impressed. They're playing this fairly safe. They know exactly where the opponent is, thanks to Medivh most of the time. They have Yasuo anchoring the play. Keep in mind that Uther oftentimes was played before a couple of patches ago, but honestly, even to this day, as a main tank, so having him sit here and anchoring the play is kind of nice. We have 21 stacks for Falstad. And talking about Uther, he gets attacked, but the shield is there. Hazu, he's just always there. He's the backbone of the team. Whenever you need him, he's reliable. He's going full German on them. Provides the portal, provides the protection. He is like, I got you, boys. Don't worry. We got this. Then again, just as I said, Greyman is completely being abandoned in the mid lane. So apparently, Hazu doesn't like wolves. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's a cat person. But down to the bottom of the map, after they get the kill, they're immediately setting up their own camp for success. So they're trying to get the pumpkins into the structures. And guess what? They're making it happen. So there it is. They take the gate down. They do some damage to the tower too. We got our boomerang in. Another slide. Dehaka. And this time, it's not going to lead to a follow-up. We have on level 7 also the hammer on. Masquerade is going up against Bad Benny in another second. Talking about Nick, by the way. He's getting attacked again. But instead, they're focusing on Benny. And Benny makes it out. Maybe, maybe not. Garrosh, the jukes. And he escapes. The drag against ETC. And Masquerade himself is also eating some damage. Oh, that was a nice move. But Benny already saw it. Moved away. But at least the Hearthstone was interrupted. Now, one of the things that we should probably still talk about is also that ETC is not only great if you want to lock targets down and can be a fantastic asset at the front, but one of the reasons why they're picking the hero here is because of portal control. If you have ETC, you have multiple tools in his kit that you can use against the opponent's portal. You can first of all, of course, slide through when someone enters or wants to either engages or wants to leave. That's a double altar, by the way. Holy shit. I haven't seen that one in a while. Double altar in the second phase when we have it at the top. That is rather new. Zelia flying in, helping them out. They're trying to go for an isolation, but Benny gets out. Kill for a kill, but the early level 10 for Team Wah gave them not only the second altar, but also it led nearly to a kill here in the middle. But now that both teams have their heroic abilities, it's time to go for revenge play, I suppose. Ho 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 ho! Dino! 28 hit points! Nick missed the kill, but barely. Yeah, again, coming back to ETC, so while we have the two teams just really going at it now, the cool thing about ETC is that you can really control the portals well. You have the power slide, and you just have so much more. You can always come, for example, in with a face melt. Knockback range has been increased. That's why loudspeakers is the choice of talent at level 4. And that makes it much harder for Hazu to get good value out of the portal. There's the Divine Shield. We talked about, sorry, the Divine Storm. We talked about it earlier. As additional lockdown is definitely needed against Tracer. The camp is still stolen as Team Wah successfully gets this one, and they're getting way more than that. That was a kill against Dehaka. And I seriously thought that we would get another one. So many were insanely low. I mean, look at, for example, Bad Benny. He had less than 100 hit points as he was escaping. The pressure is not only mounting on all of the frontliners for the Hardos, but also on Medivh, and he is still stacking the baseline quest. So with 31 stacks to his name, he definitely doesn't want to die here now. And Team Ra is taking very much so control of the game at this point. They lost map number 1, but at least on the second map, they're more than fighting back. Banana H gets a channel. That's 5 shots fired. So the core goes down to 18 in total. They get all the altars channeled through. Mad value. And thanks to the extra bell tower that they locked in at the bottom of the map, that's 10 points off the core. Impressive. Not gonna lie, that's a very strong performance here. Level 13 talents are also available for the blue team, so they're extending their lead even further, in this case with the Encore. And that's even better. I mean, again, this is just amazing for portal control. That's one of the main reasons why ETC was picked here. Because Medivh was an early pick for the Hardos, and they said, okay, if we can shut down what Medivh brings to the table, then we have a very good shot at winning this game here. And Masquerade has been playing a fantastic frontliner. Now, he's been attacked a lot, and they are trying to capitalize on the low hit point pool of ETC by killing him. Nick succeeded once with the help of Hardos, but ever then, this wasn't really a big thing. At the top, Dequaza and Copenhagen, they're also fighting this out still. If you take another look at the damage numbers, Dehaka, he's the one with the main damage for the blue team, is sitting at 15,000. We have Tracer on 21k, and the bottom control is still firmly in the hands of the blue team. But the next altar is coming up, and this time we have a single altar spawning in the middle of the map. Now, the Hardos just got their own level 13, so they can fight on even talents now, which is why, up to now, they've been a bit more passive. But this is the big battle where they are going to try to at least, net some kills. You can always come back into the game and get some hits in against the opponent's core in the later stages. But for now, they need to make sure that the gap in experience gets closed a bit, or they're going to be in trouble in the long run. So here comes the slide again. ETC, of course, also with the mosh pit. A boy likes to dance. And they're trying to zone them out again. It's a big 5 versus 5 here. Good drag, follow-up stun. Jet propulsion is ready though. And they're going for the fight with the ley line being used. It's bunker time. What just happened there? Did he try to ult and then enter the bunker? Did I see that correctly? Either way, Nick is dead and so is Uther, so they got a double kill. There was an interrupt on ETC's mosh pit, but I think he interrupted himself by entering the bunker, and he gets paid for it too. So that's apparently exactly what happened. I mean, it doesn't matter too much because he was able to get the kills in against Uther and Greymane with the rest of the team. And that's already worth a lot. Dino is now going for a solo boss here. And I think that might be sniffed out by Copenhagen. And indeed, yeah, he sees it, and Dino knows about that too. They're trying to go for the pumpkins at the bottom of the map. ETC has now, of course, moved towards the top to help Tracer out, just in case. Benny gets gusted away again. And there's the portal engage as they're trying to close the gap with Uther for stuns, but they can't make it happen. The boss at the top gets taken now. Another 4 shots that are getting fired. ETC on the way down to the bottom of the map to help the team out and attempt to save that bell tower from being retaken. They have level 16 on top of it now as well. So they got level 16. Nick is chunking the hit points down, but he's also real deep, so needs to be very careful. If that power slide hits him, then he is dead. 9 points on the core. 9 points against 32. Only 5 kills so far. An incredible controlled game by both teams here. Jet propulsion misses out on a stun. Couldn't connect it. Hazu is completing his baseline quest, so that's good news, I suppose. But with 3 altars coming up and they missing the bell tower control at the bot lane and pumpkins moving in, this could be the lights out moment right here. Team Wah is trying to bring this back. Pumpkins need to be dealt with. Time is being bought. 10 seconds. Benny trying to zone them off a little bit. Dehaka is dead against Tracer. Dehaka dead. It's the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the end. They need kills and they need them now. They need that kill. But there it is. The Gus, the bunker. The channel is happening. First one is there. Brightwing channels the top right. 5 more shots fired. This is game. The series is tied as the blue team locks in the W on Towers of Doom against the Hardos. The series is tied. We find ourselves on map number 3, Battlefield of Eternity. So essentially what the teams just did is reduce our best of 7 to a best of 5. Alright, job well done by the boys in blue. Now, of course, the big question, who takes the lead? Who takes Battlefield? It's first pick and first ban for the Hardos. So the map choice was made by Team Wow. That was much more aligned with what we expected from the blue team, of course. Their very dominant performance. It's kind of funny, by the way, that Medivh was able to complete his quest, but they still lost the game. And how many games have we now seen in a tournament where Medivh was farmed and killed, never completed the baseline quest, and they still won? So, yeah, it's kind of funny how that sometimes goes. Obviously, way more complex than that. Good job also by ETC of controlling the portal time and time again. And yeah, fantastic performance. Now Tracer gets banned. Yeah, this is how a best of 5 or best of 7 always goes. The longer the series, the more adjustments you will make to ban out heroes of your opponent that you think could change the balance of it all. Here comes Vala for Nick. First time, right? Yeah, first time in the series that we see Vala. Was banned now twice, but they changed it up slightly, and therefore Nick has access to probably a multi-shot build still. You can honestly play both. It was initially the Koreans that started to just continue with multi-shot and didn't even go for an arrow build, but it really depends on whatever tickles your fancy, because you can play Vala with an arrow build on Battlefield of Eternity. It's not a must anymore now, though, after the last 2-3 patches. Beforehand, whenever you played her on Battlefield, you'd always wanted to have your arrow build up, but yeah, things change. So now you have more flexibility. We get Li Ming. Zelia on Li Ming is... I can't be the only one that reads this and is just terrified. Absolutely terrified. Zelia as a main tank was a marvel. It was incredible how well he performed in the main tank role, considering that it's not really his normal role. But he is just the... he's the ultimate flex. He's the ultimate flex when it comes to Heroes of the Storm. I mean, he started out his career as a damage dealer and played a lot with Tracer and just murdered people, and then he switched into a support role, the same that he does in World of Warcraft. Then he had to play tank, and he also excelled at that. It's insane. It's actually incredible. I will never forget when Zelia, back then a Tracer player, played Tracer for the first time at an offline event. It was in Cologne. And he played at an IEM, and I was commentating, and after the game, he murdered the team with Tracer, and after the game he came to me, he had these wide eyes, looked at me, he's like, Khaldor, I have no ping here. And he just destroyed the opponent's team. Had so much fun, and then for the rest of the tournament, which lasted 3 days, everybody that went up against them banned immediately Tracer out, and he had no chance of playing the hero anymore. Was maybe a little bit sad on it, but yeah, it was just nasty. So him on Tracer, especially in a low ping environment, was always just brutal. So Li Ming, obviously not quite the same hero, but still you have a lot of reset mechanics, and if he comes in now, you know, I mean, Banana could have gone for Ana if not for the ban. Yeah, so they banned out Ana against Banana because Banana's Ana is pretty bananas. And if he would have provided, you know, the nano boost to Li Ming too, Zelia would have just gone 1v5. Masquerade is playing Muradin. And with Garrosh, Malfurion and Vala for the Hardos, they are going to close out the draft. With Zarya, they are the ones going for Zarya. They've been banning it a lot, but I don't really think I've seen them play her in at least a day. So we get Zarya with Vala. Very, very strong. I mean, honestly, this is awesome. You have Vala supported by Zarya plus Malfurion. And on top of that, you have Zarya with a speed bubble for Garrosh, so that he can just run into the opponent's team and flip someone over. And he's going to go for the crybaby. We all know. Anduin, I mean, again, he's going to go for the French defense. He's going to try to run away. Kind of fits that he's also being played by a French player, but yeah, anyways. Dino and Hanzo, and off we go. Zelia and Li Ming. I'm scared. The Hardos are probably a little bit scared too. Can they still overcome that obstacle and lock in the W in Battlefield of Eternity? Let's find out together. Game number 3. The best of 7 grand final continues. Day Quasar on Urel, Masquerade on Muradin. Banana H playing Anduin. Was hoping for Ana, I suppose, considering that a nano boost on Zelia would have gone a long way. But obviously the Hardos aren't dummies. They banned that out immediately. We got Zelia on Li Ming going into the Force Armor on level 1. Dino on Hanzo. And on the right side of the map, the arrow build for Nyx, Vala, Hazops on Zarya, Yasu on Malfurion. We got Babeni on Garrosh and Copenhagen on Pogga. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's see what they can pull off on the second map. We have a very nice draft for the Hardos. There's so much synergy here. It's amazing. But we also have some very, very strong combos and individual heroes on the side of Team Wah as they try to take the lead. They more or less reduced the entire series to a best of 5 now. Who is going to take the advantage on this one? I'm kinda hyped. So first, Muradin is already getting attacked, but I don't think we're gonna see a... Well, okay. There comes Banana H and just pulls him out. Anduin's kit is kinda awesome. This is just so insanely powerful. His trade is fantastic, and with the level 16, I mean, they literally took a level 20 talent and moved it to 16. So yeah, once that hits, He's just so powerful whenever there is CC on the other side trying to target someone. Immortal against Hogger. They're playing it out top side. And down here, the battle continues. Nick again with the master skin on Vala and the purple tint. Absolutely love it. I run the exact same thing and have ever since Alpha. Back when master skins were super hard to get. And honestly, there's a couple of master skins that are insanely awesome. And they had others where they did just simply give the normal skin a different tint. Where they got really lazy on it. So it was always a bit weird to check all of that. But for Vala, it actually looks cool. And also, Vala is just awesome. So you gotta go for the master skin there one way or another. Stormbolts are coming out. Zarya is moving in now. And they're trying to go for the pressure play at the bottom of the map. She always enhances every... Oh my god, they are burning this down quickly. Hello, team. First tower down already. Zarya gets attacked. Zarya gets locked down. And they tried to save her. Benny with a flip and she died mid-air. And now Garrosh is dead too. They got the tower. They lost 2 heroes. Worth it? I don't really think so. So yeah. They overstayed maybe a few seconds. Of course, it's still early game kills, but that hurt nonetheless. 7 stacks for Nyx Vala, so that's at least something. We even get the Sledgehammer now on level 7. Alright, Masquerade, mixing it up a bit, haven't seen that in a bit. Yeah, Indomitable of course for our boy Garrosh. And it's a party time. On the right side of the map, Nick, Hazu and Yazu. They're going for the next camp too. And there it is. The talent that makes Garrosh run. I think it's from France. Speed barrier. Bam! Speed Garrosh, best Garrosh. Yeah. Exactly like that. But they missed the root on the ground. Masquerade is still being attacked by Vala and she's able to connect another arrow, so that stacks her level 1 a bit further. We have the repeating arrow in, but I absolutely love this. This combo is so awesome. When you have Speed Garrosh just running around and flipping targets into the backline, it's great. The Immortal is up, and talking about flipping people, there's another one, and that is a dead Muradin. Muradin taken down. That's a nice lead for the first objective. They should be able to win the halftime show, maybe even more than that. Look at him, Mr. Race Car. Yeah, Bubble is gone, but they're gonna get it again, and someone is pogging it out a bit. Halftime show is won. There's the flip, and once again, Bad Benny is racing across the map, or at least trying to. So, here we go. They're burning this one down. This is gonna be a first objective for the Hardos. It would be amazing if the blue team can stop this. It's so low already. They can just simply tap the fountain now. Should probably not all funnel through the choke point here, but still. Zelia with some decent connects, but he also is providing another target for Vala, who is stacking her level 1. And they're locking this one in. Nick is about to take it. He doesn't even have his level 7 yet, which is of course making this even easier later. Bad Benny, on the other hand, is likely going to fall here. Benny, yeah, he's dead. Now, that's a little bit unlucky, because with 16 seconds still until he's back to business, they're going to miss out a bit of the push power. As long as they can set up the top lane with at least the rest of the team, it should be kind of fine. Garrosh will be there, but not when they want to push this one out. Calamity also for Zelia gives him even more damage potential, and that's exactly what we've been afraid of the entire time. Now with the Frost Shot, okay, repeating arrow and puncturing arrow, but then the adjustment into Frost Shot on level 7. Nick has been playing around with builds a lot after the patch. Vala has of course been slightly nerfed. There's a couple of things actually that were nerfed about Vala. They nerfed Gloom, they nerfed the Hot Pursuit, so even with the multi-shot build, Nick has been starting to use some different talents to just see how he likes it and what he can get out of that. We're talking about Hogger. Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit about Masquerade, because he's currently body blocking Bad Benny into oblivion, but thanks to Hazob's Zarya, that's not really an issue. We got the On the Prowl on level 1, the Hogger's Joggers, and then the Dense Blasting Powder for Hogger, and he's already hogging it out at the bottom of the map as he's trying to lock the camps in for them. Urel rotating topside. They're getting a bit greedy here. They're trying to go for both. And I am not sure that they can. So, I'm not so sure on that. A little bit surprised still by that level 7 talent. Really a bit wondering what exactly is going on here. Normally you want to make sure that you get the extra damage in against the Immortal. So that's a little bit strange. That's literally the first time that I've seen that. And honestly, to an extent, but for a second, I was like, wait, did they remove that? Did they actually remove it from Vala? But no, they did not. So you can still normally head into your setup with Monster Hunter, and he just decided to not go for it, which is very, very strange, to say the least. That slows down their Immortal progress quite a bit. I honestly wonder if he mispicked here. Because I don't see a reason to change this build, even a little bit. The build with the arrow build on Battlefield of Eternity was more or less settled. And there's no real reason to change that up. So there is a solid chance that Nick just blanked, turned into Hans, and misclicked that one. Either way, he's gonna get value out of the level 7. It's not like it's gonna lose them the game here, but obviously it's nice if you can simply solo the objective with Vala, and he can still do a lot of damage, but it's not quite the same anymore. Either way, let's disregard that for the moment. Let's look a bit at what happens around the heroic abilities, because the blue team is about to get their level 10. And the Hardos are locking in a Shaman camp here, and they're gonna do the same. Nice save once more. Urel, she got caught a bit and put into a corner. So with that, we'll see who takes level 10 first, and also how the synergy on level 10 is gonna unfold. They literally take it at the exact same moment. Strafe is of course in. The arrow missing! That one went straight to an A. It narrowly missed the target. And now Yasuo, yeah, they're not missing him. Oh, the shield! Zarya! The last second save! And now Vala with a strafe. Nick is trying to take Muradin down. Bad Benny is dead, but Masquerade will fall too, so it's a kill for a kill. Both of the frontliners are gone. Big damage at the top lane. The Quasar is trying to stop the Shaman camp that nearly takes down their fort, and that allows the Hardos to go for the Immortal once again, and they are murdering that beast. Yeah, Muradin and Garrosh both dead. The halftime show is going to be a lock for the red team. And afterwards, we're going to have the full 5-man on the map again for both of them. So, nicely done. 4 kills to 2. And now they can raise that down. And they should. They are in a much better position. Dequasa's trying to provide a bit of space. And Hanzo's honestly chunking it. Hanzo is chunking it way harder than I thought. He's of course amazing against Immortal, but oh boy, that's some serious damage here. But they're still slightly ahead. Can they take it now? So close. A little bit of poke. Hanzo on the left. Dino, the arrow! Ah, full in the face. That was a beautiful hit. The Immortal stun against Bad Benny. How is he still alive? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? How is Bad Benny alive? They get the Immortal, Benny survives, and Muradin dies. Are you joking? It's a triple kill. What just happened? How did they keep Garrosh in play? Guys, take another look at this. Look at Benny. Focus on it. Look at that arrow. The arrow hits. Benny ends up in the stun, gets hit by the stun, and they couldn't get the kill. And then Muradin dies a moment later. They win the objective, and they get another 2 kills as they chase down Urel and Anduin. What? Wow. What a blow. What a blow. Now they're making the move for the bottom keep. Again, it's too early in the game to take the keep, but opening the wall is already more than enough. Dequasa is also finding himself under pressure again. Nick with good damage, and he still has a strafe up to... Whoa. Both forts are down. The entire wall at the keep is destroyed. Both of the forts have been eliminated as Hogger went to the top and did his job there. Vala has now 38,000 damage. 38,000. And Dequasa might steal this one. Zelia's here. Yeah, you can kiss that one goodbye. Thank you for doing all the work, my friend. Yeah, we'll take it from here. And by the way, you're dead. Hogger got murdered. Hogger got murdered. Now, they try to steal this one. I don't think they can. Yeah, not like this team. So here comes the arrow. Do they get another kill? Light bomb. Indomitable. And Garrosh is dead too. Yeah, the Hardos turn into the softies. Apparently they're attempting to throw the game here. Congratulations, they're doing a great job. They just lost 3 heroes for no reason, were trying to steal camps away and didn't even get the camps. God, they must be so pissed now. Did that really happen? They try to take the top camp away. They fail and they lose Hogger. They try to take the bottom camp away. They fail and they lose Garrosh and Zarya. So pretty much all that they fought for is now gone. It's not quite true because the 2 forts are still in play. But Hogger died again at the top. Gets taken down by Zelia and Dequaza. And all of a sudden Team Wa is moving in. What just happened? Did the Hardos go AFK and hand over the keyboard to their little siblings? Or what exactly went on there? From one moment, they went from, oh my god, they're gonna crush them, to... Yeah. That is not how you play the game. No, no. No, not really. Not like this. I already said that, but thanks for underlining the point. So, I don't know, guys, but that's a halftime show victory on the objective, at least for Team Wa. They are in full-on berserk mode right now. They took that momentum, they turned that snowball into an avalanche, and the Hardos need to be real scared, because they lost the fort at the top, the one at the bottom is super low, and now they're trying for the fight. They're coming in here. Muradin, he gets the avatar through this time, and he's alive. At least for now. Yeah, Vala tried to drop him with the strafe, but she couldn't. Now she at least gets the kill against Anduin, so that's a victory. That makes it easier to defend against the Immortal, but you still have to defend against it. So that doesn't change the fate of the fort at the bot lane. How much damage does Zelia have? Zelia is at 38,000, same as Hanzo. Nick with a 50k. Hasn't died yet. But level 16 is so close. The blue team is getting stronger and stronger every second here. This is getting really scary. They have a 1 level advantage and level 16. Bad Benny. They go for the attack. Is a bit low. Obviously, the Glyph of Faith now for Anduin. And the wall down here nearly falls. 8 kills to 6. 8 kills to 6. And yeah, the Hardos apparently thought, you know what, guys? The viewers have been here for a long time. We really need to give them a bit of a show. If we decide the game in our favor this early, then I don't know, you know, it's like we need to make it a bit more interesting. And then, yeah, they just threw the game of throws. Now, the game's not over yet. And the Hardos had several comebacks in this and the last series. But, yeah, they must be a bit disappointed. I know I would be. So they're trying to get damage in at the bottom of the map. Nick with the vaulting arrow is getting some in. Obviously also has Manticore now on level 16, which means against Muradin, especially in avatar form, he's going to get a lot more done. 36 stacks on the level 1 isn't bad either. That's actually really good. Now imagine him having Monster Hunter so that he can chunk the Immortal down. That thing would disappear within seconds. But they are going to lose out on the race because Hanzo is still going to do his thing. Okay, so top side, Masquerade is still on the move. And it's time for the next Immortal. At the end of the day, nobody is going to engage into a battle without a reason. And there's no camps anymore to be had. So the only thing that's left is waiting for the objective. Unless, of course, somebody screws up and just walks in a bush. Face checks it hard. But they are already providing vision everywhere. Yeah, a bit of a hobbity hop. They try to isolate Dainu, and he gets saved by Anduin, but there's Masquerade, and Vala might be able to take him down. Nope, he jumps out. Down here on the other hand, oh, Hogger! The save! The arrow! It's missing! It's on its way to an A! And down here, Hogger gets killed regardless. 9-6. No, it's actually not Hogger. He's red too, but that's the other guy. That's the guy that needs the dentist appointment. We have Anduin killed him. Anduin threw some light on him and killed him. Or stumbled and accidentally used the sword the right way. Hogger died too though. Garrosh is also dead. And that's a 5 versus 3 setup. By the way, I'm going to slow it down on the puns a little bit. I know. Multiple reasons. First of all, I know it's getting a little bit tedious. And at the same time, Angie told me that if I pull more jokes, I'm considered to be too funny. And they don't let me back to Germany. So, yeah. I know. I have to be like careful. We had a call. Angie just told me it's getting close, dude. You're getting too funny, and at some point you're just crossing the line here. Zarya gets also killed. It's a full-on setup now. And Nick, he tried to get some damage out, but he can't even kill Anduin anymore. Did he just dance? Did Banana H just start dancing? Full 5-man wipe, by the way. And Zelia, as expected, is popping off. We've been warning about this the entire time in the draft. Zelia is now at 53,000 damage. And yeah, he's popping them like pimples. He gets the resets, and his biggest problem is the mana pool. He came in, Calamity, 1 combo, 2 combos. And of course, the stuns that are being set up by Muradin just paint bullseyes on every target that he goes for. So yeah. That's 13 kills against 6. They were so far ahead at some point, but they made some serious mistakes, and you can't make those mistakes against Team WA. You just can't. They're going to kill you. If you give them your little finger, they're going to bite it off and then eat the entire hand afterwards. Half a level until 20, and the push through the top lane in an attempt to go for the keep. 5 versus 5, but Storm Talons will hit soon TM. And then it is going to get scary. It's getting scary down here too, because with the 2 catapults, look at this. They're not even defending the catapults. They zoned them out away from the catapults for long enough that eventually the Hardos had to move to the top side. So now there is a camp and catapults pushing the bot lane for the second keep. A 2-pronged attack set up by the blue team. They got the rewind on Muradin. He can hop like a bunny. Jumps in once, looks for the Storm Bolt, is pulled back out. Masquerade is safe. They used some cooldowns to try and drop him, and they couldn't make it happen. Bottom keep is eating damage, and the one at the top is getting chunked down by the Immortal. No kill yet, but the keep is gone. Muradin again playing punching ball, so does Urel. The stun! Azu low, Bad Benny to Copenhagen is ping-ponging away here as we have another engage. The ult for Urel. Nick is dead. The light bomb engage. Vala already gone. The core shield is eliminated. The keep at the bottom is about to fall, and they are losing the game at the same time. This is the lead for Team WA. They take the victory in Battlefield of Eternity. The Hardos, they lose map number 3. Cursed Hollow, map number 4. Team WA in the lead against the Hardos. And that third map, it was so awkward. The lead initially for the red team, and then they tried to get 2 camps, lost both of them, and lost in total 3 heroes in the attempt, which definitely brought the blue team back. Now, you can of course always argue that even if that didn't happen, the blue team might have just still won the game, but that made it a lot easier. Now we're heading into Cursed Hollow, map number 4 in the best of 7 series. And it is a support, well, not choke, but is a support focus on the bans. Stukov and Lucio. Another map where we're likely going to see, again, Falstad, Dehaka, Globals is something that you really want to look for. And yeah, we'll see what they can do here. But for now at least, the Tracer ban is still holding true, so with Dino murdering them on Towers of Doom, they banned Tracer, and yeah, that leaves us with 1 ban in the first phase. Let's see what they're gonna get rid of here. What I want to see is the Imperius plays of Hazu again. His combo with Imperius plus follow-up afterwards was really, really strong when they played against the Donuts on Cursed Hollow, and I also liked it a lot in the first game of the series. First game? Second game of the series. No, first game where they played Towers of Doom. So yeah, it was actually very, very solid. It was great coordination, and they just seem to excel if they can drive the team fight through those CCs. Now, we have Brightwing as the first pick. And let's have a look at how exactly the blue team is gonna respond. Now again, best of 7, first team to 4 wins locks in the victory. The team that wins the tournament gets 1,300 euros. The team that comes in second gets 1,000 still. In total there's 4,000 euros on the line here. Anubarak and Junkrat. Yeah, Nubarak engage into a Junkrat mine. Oftentimes you see the red band out, not so in this game. So there's a lot of displacement that you can play around with. And given the fact that we not only have 2 boss camps, but we also have a lot of corridors, you can control the space with Junkrat real nicely. And of course the damage that you chip in from a distance is very strong as well. Now, we got Falstad and we got Urel. Yeah, Hardos is usually the Falstad player for the team too. Now, the interesting part on Cursed obviously is that we've now seen multiple games where you've either had Abatha or the Vikings in the game. And Curse is another map where you can make a play like that work. So technically there's a chance that we're going to see one or the other on the map here. Could be some bans, again, obviously is always the case. But Stitches gets already banned. I guess the Falstad pick alone was already enough to suggest that there might be some Gorge Gust plays happening. Even Urel, when she can create space, is very strong. The Dehaka ban makes a lot of sense. You log in 2 globals, you deny to your opponent, and you find yourself in a good spot. Pretty much the only thing that the blue team can do if they want to have a global right now, the only thing that would make sense at least, is either you go for ETC and you pick stage dive as a side laner. That's possible, but not really common anymore. Or you pick the Vikings, but I don't think that they're gonna do that either. I would be surprised, especially now with the Blaze pick. So Blaze and Rega for game number 4. He's gonna try and take the camps. The doggy bites. And talking about the doggy, we need a second damage dealer. Is Nick gonna play Greymane again? There's a lot of camps up on the map. You can murder structures when the curse is active, and you can go for the boss too. So Greymane would be a good one. Tyrael and Greymane. Me likey. Okay, that's a lot of control for potential fights over boss spots too, so even better. That's a really nice draft. Have a lot of good tools here that they can use. Very likely it's going to be a Sanctification play over Judgment. Again, you can take both with Tyrael these days. Technically, you could try to also go for snipes with Tyrael now if you go Judgment, but given that there's Greymane in the mix, Sanctification becomes a lot more likely. Zelia, the last pick, and it's Zeratul. Okay, that's terrifying too. I mean, at the end of the day, everything that you give Zelia is terrifying. But if it's a Li Ming that has reset mechanics and potential to just insta-kill someone, or Zeratul that can drop the backline, it's always a disaster. And Falstad, you need to be careful, my friend. Curse Hollow, everybody. Map number 4 in the best of 7 between Team Wah and the Hardos. Game number 4 in the best of 7. Dequaza. For the blue team on Blaze, we have Banana H playing Rega in our 4th game. Masquerade on Nubarak, Zelia on Zeratul, and Junkrat is played by Dino. On level 1, the extra wound timers. We have on the extra wound timer. On the right side, we have the Hardos with Nick on Greymane, Copenhagen on Urel, Yasuo on Brightwing, and Bad Benny with Tyrael, whereas Falstad is played by Hardos once again. So yeah, Nick and his Greymane will have a lot of fun if Sanctification is chosen by Tyrael on the level 10. That allows you to go even deeper in these fights. Talking about talents on level 1, we already have Move Unseen for Zelia. And that should be kind of spicy. The Greymane plays just in general. And also the Zeratul plays. Greymane is going to try to take the doggy and Junkrat down. Zeratul is going to attempt for Brightwing and mainly Falstad. I mean, Brightwing obviously can counterplay him a bit. We're talking about counterplaying stuff. Bad Benny. He needs some help, and he got it. Yasuo came in, so we have a Brightwing saying hello and saving his bony ass. Down at the bottom of the map, Copenhagen and Dequaza. But yeah, generally speaking, it's all about Zelia and his performance on Zeratul now, because Falstad, he made so many good plays for the team over the past couple of games. Always these disengages with the Gust. Hazops is already focusing in on Zelia, but now he himself is in trouble and needs to be saved here. So Zelia doesn't drive it too far. If you go in a bit too deep here, then Brightwing is going to help out and you might end up dying, so that's not happening here. But the problem, of course, still remains. Zelia on this hero in the late game will be a big problem for Hazu. Now, to be fair, I thought that earlier about one of the Genji games that we saw, with a light bomb engage nonetheless, but the donuts were never really able to put pressure onto Hardos. So as long as he positions well and the rest of the team has Zeratul in mind, maybe helps with the stun or polymorph, maybe they can do something here, and maybe it's not going to be that bad for Falstad, but there's no doubt what Xaylia is going to try and do. Of course, if someone else is dropping low, he will be more than happy to deliver the final blow there as well. But the birdie is definitely a prime target. Good save by Brightwing again. Talking about prime targets, turns out that Rega is a prime target. And the dog goes down. Rega eliminated, started things off with the Wolf Run and the Stormcaller. Falstad gets attacked now, but not enough to seriously threaten him, as Yasuo is able to keep everybody topped up with HP. Xaylia hoping to find somebody that maybe sneaks away here. Or is he just waiting? No. Okay, for a second I was thinking he's just waiting for Falstad, but Hazu is just flying directly onto lane. Xaylia is already there. The towers are also still in play. He wants to protect the two Siege Giants to make sure that he gets even more structural damage in. With the first tribute spawning on the map, the teams are of course both hoping to lock in the first one. And the fight is happening at the bot lane, at least a little bit. Copenhagen was the supposed target of this gank, which didn't quite come out that way. So, yeah, and they're trying to get the tower at least destroyed. And they're getting real close on it. Now the first tribute is up. Masquerade on a Nubarak up at the front. Dino also in. Copenhagen, Nick, Benny, they're all dancing around it. And Xaylia is with Zeratul rotating between the mid and the top lane, securing the experience for them, and they also have the tribute. So the blue team is able to get it. Spray game is also on point. Milaiki. Down here the fight isn't over either. With the Siege Giants pushing through, the red team is trying to defend them. And it seems that Team Wah is thinking about ganking up on somebody. But they decide against it, especially with Greymane now in the middle. Oh, Nick needs to be real careful which way he is going. That could have been a kill. They missed all the stuns against him, or that could have been a kill. Level 7 on both sides now, on both accounts. And yeah, talking about kill potential, Dequaza down to 50% HP, still fine. And in comes Zeratul. Has so far not chosen his level 7, still waiting on that. By the way, Dequaza, you are eating a lot of damage here. You're eating a lot of dirt, my friend. Gotta be a bit more careful. And off we go, the Seeker in the dark. Next tribute is up. Oh, alright, he blinks up. I was just about to say, he's hiding in plain sight here. Harzobs takes another tower down. The blue team is hoping for the second tribute. Bit of damage in, jumps in again, but here comes Brightwing. The problem is that Masquerade is also present, so both of them were trying to bait the opponent out. Bunch of master baiters here. Everybody hiding in a bush, trying to act or send one out on lane as bait, but not quite. Now another Siege Giant camp is about to be taken, but that also means that Banana Age is a bit late to the party at the tribute. Nick was trying for the channel. Dequaza with another interrupt. So far so good. And Zeratul has joined up with the rest of the team. So off we go. Tribute number 2. Siege Giants at the top. Dequaza had to move out. Banana Age with a very optimistic channel attempt. That didn't work out. And I'm looking for Zeratul again. Xaylia. Does he get an engage somewhere? Jumps in, out, dodges out on Greymane's damage. Talking about Greymane, they're zoning him away. Gets moved back a bit too, but Xaylia is there, so Greymane needs to be very careful, and Brightwing even is assisting now with a heal. Oh, the jet propulsion, baby! And that's a Urel kill. Urel dead, and the birdie on the run. Oh my god, Hazu. Nice reflexes, but he is just jumping into 4 heroes. I like the attempt that he had there. Honestly, the idea wasn't bad. Just juke them out completely, go a direction they don't expect, and then move away. But as you can tell, that didn't even work a little bit. Instead of escaping, he just made it worse for himself. And there it is, the kill, the double kill. The might of the Nerazim on level 10 as they lock in heroic abilities. Ancestral healing for Rega, the doggy. Always for the heals, the big heals against the front line, and the ults, of course, for the Hardos. And the boss gets taken. Are they able to take the boss just in time to move to the top and contest the boss attempt of the Hardos? Hardos aren't even going for it. Benny's checking it out, and they got now Gust and Sanctification. Oh, but they also got a Tyrael that's dropping a bit low. Oh, the bird! The bird! Not like this! Hazu! They save him! But are they still going for the fight? The bird is, I mean, he was in trouble. He's definitely having his heart pumping. That's some adrenaline pressure that we see against him. The Riptire explodes. Zelia already on Falstad, trying to get the damage connected. Not successful, neither with the boss attempt nor with the kill. But that was a party. Oh my god, fly by Falstad, Tyrael in trouble, and then the play now against Urel once again, pops the ult, Greymane against Junkrat, the Ancestral connects, and they get the kill, but Junkrat dies too. The Ancestral didn't connect. It looked for a moment as if it did, but nope, it didn't. Got reset to his 10-second cooldown, is now available again. A 4 versus 4. Zeratul on the move back to the fight. They're fighting a 4 versus 3 now. Advantage Hardos as they come in. Ancestral gets popped and Zeratul is slowly approaching. So they might be able to make a move for either Hazops or maybe even Brightwing. Also, Bad Benny finds himself a little bit lower. Brightwing gets attacked, flies in for the heal jet propulsion, and the Sanctification is saving the ass. Zelia is on the run, gets polymorphed, and is able to escape for now. Gets gusted into a corner, though. They really want him. That curse is still up for grabs, though. Zelia with a big dodge. What? Zelia's dodging! Is still dodging! Oh my god. What the hell? You are kidding me! He escapes! They use Gust and everything for it, and he escapes! He makes it out! The tribute is still up! Masquerade! No mana! No mana, no hit points, no hope! He gets the carapace in the last moment and survives! Quasar with a triple stun! But he might still fall. No heal! And Zeratul had to let the tribute slide too. So now we have the first tribute for the Hardos. Unbelievable. Zelia, Juke is City. Maya Zelia. Yeah, down here, the boss is about to be taken. Zelia's still trying to see if they can maybe interrupt it, and they're going for Brightwing. Yeah, well, Masquerade, they're diving in deep for this one. But the boss is taken. The boss is taken, and they gotta be really careful that they're not losing out on a couple of heroes now too. That would be the worst case scenario. You lose the boss, you get pressured, and you're down 1 or 2 players. Yeah, they're still making the play here. Masquerade gets attacked, slides out. Hazu with some damage, but not enough. And the fight up here against Urel, she still has the Divine Steed and is moving out of the fight easily. Yeah, Maya Zelia is also going for the boss now. He was thinking about juking out on all the damage, but decided against it. He's going to join the T-fight once again. So, yeah. I think we need to change Zelia's nickname. Henceforth, he shall be known as the Mayor. The Mayor of Juke City. So, 13 kills to, 13 to 13 on the level. 3 kills to 3 kills. A lot of 3s all around. Level 13, we now got the Earth Shield that helps usually to connect your ancestral healing a little bit better. Up at the top, by the way, there's the boss. They also know that Masquerade is sitting here. And this is another chance for a curse. So if they get both now, if they get the tribute and the boss, that would be the dream, of course. And already, with the holy ground, they're trying to zone them out a little bit. Brightwing is moving in. Zelia finds himself right next to Hazu. The fruit fly is dead already. Riptire and the Nuborak is dead too. But look at Hazu. He has literally no hit points. Negative hit points for the birdie. Oh, Zelia can't juke this. Tyrael is dead, so they go for the curse. But Zeratul has died. Zeratul is down. Quasar and Dino, now they rotate over. The 4 top side will fall. Down here, Siege Giants are taking, that helps. It's amazing to me that Hazops hasn't died in the last fight. One more hit, one good engage from Zeratul, and he would have been dead. By the way, everybody died once. I cannot remember having ever seen something like this. We have 5 kills to 5 kills, and everybody died a single time. Now, To be fair, it's not something that you usually pay too much attention to, so it's more of a coincidence that I see it now. But I cannot remember having that scene at any point, so kind of interesting. Copenhagen, I love this I don't give a fuck move. Every single time that he just jumps out of the fight and the team wants to go in, Divine Steed, and he's just picking it out of here. So, yeah, puts himself into a good spot. They try to chase him down, they can't. Meantime, by the way, Banana is going for it. Zelia is scouting this out, and they are all here in a few seconds. So, they let it go. There's also the Holy Ground, of course, but we might see if 1 or 2 heroes die. Zelia wants Hazu. At this point, he's just saying, I'm going to kill you. And if it's the last thing that I'm going to do, you are dying. Nick, by the way, might be the first one to die, so he's already dead. Everybody else is trying to rush out. 2 forts have fallen. Zelia with another hit. Not enough damage yet. He's at 24,000 damage, trailing behind Junkrat quite a lot. But that boss move wasn't too bad. They lost the 2 forts anyways. So now that they have the boss, they will do at least some damage at the top against the opponent's fort too. So good for them. And this is a wild one. Game 4. Game 4. It's a wild one. 6-5. And at the bottom of the map, they are nearly taking down another fort. Hazu wanted the gust. I mean, it's on cooldown. But with the angles that he sometimes takes on these engages, you can already see that he's thinking about going for a gust. Sentenced to death by Zelia on 16. Epic enter on level 16 for Anubarak. He wants to epically enter the team fight. And then take him all down. The epicenter of his attack is going to be the most dangerous one and gets increased now, so he can go for the big stun. Especially when everybody clusters up. And talking about clustering up, they're trying to go for a kill against Tyrael. Yeah, Zelia again, sharking around, looking for the next victim. Gust already used, but Tyrael is still in trouble. Brightwing is jumping in to make sure that he survives, and now they should be able to move away from this. What looked like an inevitable team fight between the 2 teams is now just turning out to be a small skirmish that both of the teams disengaged from without any big problems. Pressure play at the top. So they're starting to go for it with those siege giants. Falstad is the one that is reacting to it. Still a level lead, roughly, for the blue team. Oh, and they're again in a good spot. They bait out the sanctification. He missed them both! Oh, the Quasar. He found the gap. He found the gap. Yeah, that's an unfortunate move. You can't decide, do you go left, do you go right, and then you choose the middle, and that's of course the exact one thing that you didn't want to do. The Mayor, he is in the middle. Mayor Zelia is double checking for the team what's going on here with a move unseen. He's pretty quick on his feet. They took the bottom fort down, and now we have another tribute. This is going to be the 4th tribute for Team or the 2nd one for the Hardos. So let's see who takes it. The damage output, 31,000 for Greymane now, 45,000 for Junkrat. And the tribute, they let it slide. So they simply hand it over. It's the first one, so there's no real threat here. A couple of traps are still being set up. Hazu, very visible. Is he going for it? He gets the stun, but they didn't believe in it. So nobody tried to add some damage to all of this. Greymane is done twice. Nick, bosses are up. At least one is up. Boss at the bot lane is already in play. All the way up at the top. 1:42. So it's a single boss. Not a single keep has fallen yet. We have still 2 forts for the blue team. They are hidden structures. Yeah, they are definitely hidden structures here. But there's the next attack. They're trying again with the jet propulsion. And Benny is again isolated a bit. And they're trying for the stun combo. And they're hitting quite a few. They're always forcing Brightwing for the heal. But regardless, he has the mobility, Tyrael, to get out of these fights. Urel jumping in deep. Yeah, she wants to be part of the party, doesn't she? So there's the isolation with the cocoon. They're all dancing around the boss, and the top side gets pressured by one catapult. And there's a kill. Benny has to die here. Benny is dead. The explosion is not going to do enough damage. Double kill, triple kill, and they go for the quad kill. Everybody is dead with the exception of the birdie, and they go for the bottom keep. Check this fight out. Everything went to shit there in just a second. Tyrael dies first, and then afterwards they murder everybody. And you know where this is headed. The keep is not enough. The Hardos are about to lose the game. The full 5-man is moving in for it. Hazu is low. He only died once in the entire game, but it doesn't change anything. He flies over, but does not have the cooldown on the gust. They want the kill, but they want the win more. They go for core. Tyrael is back to business, gets booped away. The core at 30%. Hazu about to die. Xaylia finally gets his kill, and that is game. And lights out on Cursed Hollow for the red team. Team with the victory. They take the 3-1 lead in the best of 7. They took 3 games in a row. Team against the Hardos. We have the big lead now for the blue team. And Infernal Shrines is the map. Now it could end all here. If the blue team claims the victory, then they crown themselves the champion of the tournament series. It would be impressive. I am not going to lie, that would be pretty amazing if they are able to just come in swinging right now and just take them down 4 maps in a row after all of this started in the grand final, in the best of 7, with the Hardos taking the victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Now, they already played once in this tournament. They played in the winner bracket final against each other, and it was a back and forth battle between them that ended with a full 5-mapper. But right now, there's a lot of momentum for the blue team, and they're exploiting that as best they can. Now, we're heading into Infernal Shrines. We see bans on Tychus this time, and also on on Leoric. So yeah, Leoric gets banned. He adds so much value on the map. And, of course, also in the Shrine, you get hits in against the opponent, against the objective. You're getting a few more stacks together. You can escape from ganks most of the time. Yeah, in addition to that, Tychus, Diablo, and also Junkrat get banned out. And that leads to an early pick on Vala for the Hardos. They have a tough game ahead of themselves. They need to win 4 maps in a row. No, actually, it's 3 maps in a row, my bad. If they want to win all of this now. Which is definitely still possible. Obviously, we're also now narrowing down the maps that can still be played here. There are not that many in the pool any longer. We've already gone through 4 maps here today, so we're heading into map number 5. But yeah, this is going to be more than a bit interesting. Blaze and Stukov. Yeah, we've seen those bad boys already a lot. Stukov on Infernal Shrines is kind of crazy. He's been banned so many times here in the first rotation because teams just want to shut down that lurking arm in the Shrine fight. It prevents you from entering the Shrine. You can interrupt so much. He has really safe positioning that he can use to make sure that nobody can get close to him, interrupt him, or attack him. Oh, ho, ho, ho. But they go for the early aggression. They're a little bit afraid that Karrigan might be banned here, so we get a Karrigan pick. I doubt that Hazu is playing Karrigan, so probably Nick is going to switch that over. But that is spicing things up very quickly. Hogger and Karrigan as the second rotation picks for the Hardos. And that together with Nick's Vala. Or probably shifted around. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting. They're going for the aggressive play now. Now, Lucio gets banned. The work that we've seen throughout the series and the day with Yasu and his plays with the sound barrier was pretty amazing. But yeah, this is a very aggressive opening. But they already got Blaze and they got Stukov on the other side. So you really need to find a good angle to make that Karrigan work and drive them back, or just Stukov alone is going to wreck you. Falstad gets banned too. You want to ensure that there's no Gust plays any longer. It was Hazel the entire time that played the birdie, and he did a lot of great work with Gust, just using it as an isolation tool. Obviously, on the last one, it was kind of funny to see that Xaylia was able to escape with the move unseen as his level 1 talent, despite the fact that Hazu gusted him into a corner initially. But here comes Dehaka and a Nubarak. Triple frontline. Yeah, if you got a Karrigan against you, go tanky. And that's what they're doing. Dino is the last one to pick. But they have now Dehaka and Blaze also for the wave clear. So they have a global, they have a tanky frontline, and they got the wave clear on top of it. But now we need the frontliner for the Hardos. Muradin is up, Garrosh is the choice, and Deckard Cain. He is one of the big winners of the last patch. Deckard Cain was buffed a bit, and he has, I mean, he's not over buffed to an extent where he's like getting picked or banned every single game. But especially on maps like Infernal Shrines, he is now taken more regularly, and I personally liked it quite a lot. So yeah, good on that. Yasu takes the pick here, and we are headed for our last pick. For the map, maybe for the series, maybe for this grand final. The blue team with Sylvanas. Okay, that sets us up for map number 5, everybody. Team against the Donuts. Let's go. It's Infernal Shrines. Game number 5, team against the Hardos, everybody. On the left side, we have Dequaza on Blaze. We got Banana H on Stukov, Zelia on Dehaka, Masquerade on Anubarak, and Dino on Sylvanas. On the right side of the map, the Hardos. They won the first map, but ever since, they were on the losing side. We have Hazops on Vala, Nick on Carrigan. They swapped the two over as expected. Bad Benny is playing Garrosh. We got Yasu and Deckard Cain. And Copenhagen is playing Pogga. Okay, let's go. Let's see what they can do in Infernal Shrines. Can they stop that winning streak of the blue team? Can they shut it down right now? They need to, if they want to win the game and have a chance to lock in a victory in the grand final. Best of 7 series. And in the mid lane, everybody is looking for a potential 5v5 fight. Carrigan already not interested anymore in moving down to the bottom of the map. Zelia on Dehaka. This is kind of funny too. So Zelia is side laning it now. And we already know what we can expect from him. He's going to land the perfect tongue and is just murdering that backline whenever he burrows in, isn't he? Yeah, Nick is dodging out on the oil spill at least. And again, Hazu eats some of the damage. Both of the teams have very aggressive potential with the stuns that they can stagger, with Carrigan that can make the engage. You can follow it up with either the old man, or you can of course always hope that you got your Garrosh close and he can flip the target even a little bit further. But you gotta have the team together. And currently, Nick is still riding around here and jumps in and is faced right away with 3 heroes. So it bought them some time, I suppose, to try and go for the camp here, but that hasn't worked out either. So they get interrupted, whereas on the left side, the blue team locks in the first Khazra camp. So that's already a small advantage for Team... There's a camp, and they denied the one on the other side. So slightly inexperienced, a bit of pressure in the mid lane, and it might buy them enough time to make a play. Nick saw that one coming from a mile away as Anubarak dives in to spawn the beetle and allow Dino to help out with more damage. Nick is just simply adding a combo straight on the point where Masquerade appears, and now Bad Benny is moving in too. Can flip them maybe over a bit. Unfortunately, the Deckard Cain Carrigan combo didn't work now, but they're still trying to go for Masquerade. But of course, Anubarak has the chance to always burrow charge out whenever he gets flipped, assuming of course that the cooldown is ready, which in this case it was. 6-7 stacks now for the new habits, and a jet propulsion. I mean, that boy hits like a truck. Hazu gets saved, Dequaza gets flipped over, and Carrigan is dead. Yeah, that's a gangbang that she definitely didn't enjoy. That's, by the way, not Carrigan, that's Deckard Cain. He didn't enjoy it even less. I mean, that is just absolutely nasty. I mean, come on, guys. The gang goes for Deckard Cain, a 5v1. Are you kidding me? That poor soul. The old man gets attacked by 5 people, and they just beat him up. Why the hell did I think it was Carrigan? How did we end up with that? What did Deckard Cain do in that corner anyways? The old man is turning senile. He's wandering around on the map and finds himself in a real awkward position, and then he goes down. That's just bad news for the team. Maybe you should give him Google Maps or something that he knows where it's going. First objective, they're going for it. So they got the hit in on the objective. And Hogger, bang, 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 bang. Has to be careful that he doesn't overdo it and then dies a painful death. Carrigan is still at the bottom of the map, securing some experience so that they can get level 7. But nope, not yet. Yeah, if you get the talent advantage, you are in a great spot, but it's Team Wah that has a slight lead in experience, and an early level 7 is of course going to be great for them. So they 5-man the objective already, and that's a problem. because you can't really engage into it. I gotta admit that the Hardos are doing a bit better than expected though, considering that they knew they would fall behind here, so they didn't engage all that heavily. But it's only a 9-point lead for the blue team. And the Hardos are trying to catch up, but Benny is low, gets isolated a bit, uses the Indomitable. Benny on the move, and the fight is starting up as Kerrigan is also looking for combos, but Nick low, Benny with a save. The Arcane Punisher taken by the blue team on the other hand, and they are still all on the run here. Not a single death in that encounter, but with the Punisher, they can now go for the fort. And of course, they took the fountain down earlier already. The wall has been destroyed. And this is just a fantastic position for the blue team to get the first structure of the game annihilated. The level 7 adjustment. Ooh, Kerrigan jumped a bit deep here. She jumped on Sylvanas as she moved on the wave. But they're turning it on Masquerade. He's able to dive out. And they lock him down. But there is no follow-up this time. Yeah, it's a strange game. Only one kill, but the first fort is destroyed, and they are opening the bot lane up a little bit. One tower is down, and the gate has also suffered some damage. Kerrigan is, of course, hoping for these combos, but in the fight, it didn't land. They couldn't get any real damage out of this. The level 7 talent, again, these days, Frost Shot is a lot more likely. Hot Pursuit got nerfed by Blizzard. Instead of the 2.5% that you get per stack, it has now been reduced to 2. And most of the players, not all of them, but again, quite a lot, have decided that instead they are rather going to give Frost Shot a try. And so far they seem to like it. Hardos is going to use that as well. At the bottom of the map, the camps are taken once more. And if I'm not mistaken, then yeah, there's a significant mercenary experience advantage for the blue team now. They locked in, I want to say, every single Khazra camp that was taken so far. The only camp that has been claimed by the Hardos is, if I'm not mistaken, the top right, Shaman camp. Yeah, that's the only thing. Passive experience is, of course, now also slowly increasing for the blue team because of the fort that they destroyed. And thanks to the early level 10, they can invade and take the Khazra camp away from the opponent. Maybe even dive down here a bit more aggressively and try to go for the fort or at least take the next wall down. Yeah, and there it is. Cocoon is already used. They're jumping into the backline. They're trying to go straight for Nick with an additional kill. Kerrigan alive. Not for long. Kerrigan is down. So is Vala. And they're going for another kill as they attempt to drop at Benny. And since the second stun hits hard, Benny will die too. Or will he? Oh, the old man! Look at you! Yasu! Yeah, that was kind of surprising. He escaped again. By the way, as the fort falls, just an idea, look at this. Kerrigan, she has no chance. They have level 10 abilities, and if heroics are up, then you just can't do anything here. Kerrigan dies, Vala dies, and of course, at the end of the day, it turns out that our boy Garrosh was able to make it out of the battle. But yeah, good for him. Still 3 kills to 0 now in total. And the problem that is probably a bit bigger than that is this massive gap in experience between the two teams. The Maelstrom over the Ultralisk this time for Nick. We also have Stay a While and Listen and the Shockwave. Garrosh hasn't taken anything yet. And they are they really invading this? I thought they would only posture, but no, they're really going for it, aren't they? Yes, they are. 2 heroes are missing, but the Hardos don't know that. So they're still fighting this out. They're delaying it a little bit further, buying some time. Sylvanas is on the move, but she's not getting here in order to... Yeah, it's a little bit too late. She's not getting here in time to make a difference. But the fact alone that they were willing to posture with this is crazy. That was a good kill. Really nice kill. And he has 3 in points, and he still gets taken. Stukov takes him down, but now Sylvanas is dead too. Quasar gets crushed by Vala. Hardos weaving in those auto attacks with the stutter step, and all of a sudden it's 4 kills to 3, and Banana H falls too. Banana is gone, and we have Vogal just pogging the shrine. They're gonna lock this one in 100%. Kerrigan is already nearby. Level 13 for the blue team will give them a slight advantage, but I do not think that they stand a chance of locking in the next Punisher. That ship has already sailed. With 23, there's just no way they bring this back. They would have to kill multiple heroes insanely quickly to pull that one off. They got a level 13, but Stukov is just now slowly coming back, and they're already at 36, 38. No, that's a lock. That's a lock on the Punisher. 100%. They take it. It's a Mortar Punisher. Dehaka is up at the top now. Still has to deal with the Shaman Camp, of course. But the Hardos are slowly bringing it back. Oh, yes. They are. They're starting to move back in. 13 versus 13. 4 kills to 4. And the virulent reaction. They're moving them past. There's the stun. And Nubarak is dead. But so is Garrosh. He died for the kill against the cockroach. Zelia is moving in from the side, looking for a tongue connect. Can't get it and gets nearly locked down by Kerrigan, but he gets it against Hogger. Hogger, he pokes out, he gets away with only 150 hit points left, and Dequaza doesn't stand a chance here, as Hazops has once again all the time and space in the world to just simply auto-attack him into oblivion. And that is, of course, gonna be even more dangerous once that he is his level 16 and has the thingy, Manticore, exactly. Yeah, but they're still a bit behind the experience, which is kind of funny. One of the main reasons is, of course, that 2 forts were already destroyed by Team Wah. They took down the one in the middle and the one at the bottom. Kazwai Camps are getting attacked again, not too happy about it. Masquerade is moving in, Banana Age is also close. But without Blaze, a bit unlucky. Oh, they're moving away from it. They actually... Wow. Really? They let it slide? Damn. They just got it for free. They only had 4 heroes around. But the Hardos didn't quite realize it, or just felt that this was a bad spot for them to fight in. So they give it up and allow them to claim it. Sometimes it pays off to be cheeky. Now they got a little bit sassy around that one. And it paid off. 15 versus 15. 27,000 damage for Vala. She is getting the damage done. She definitely is. Seems like they're waiting for level 16 now. Zelia is the only one on the blue team that has not died yet. Copenhagen, the side laner, the other one. But he, of course, for the Hardos. Oh boy, 11 minutes in. It could be the last map. It depends all on what the Hardos do here. They're trying to go for Dehaka. Zelia with the insta-barrel. And there's the follow-up. No! Hazu, he's dead. Bala down. Kerrigan down. And they're getting a potential kill on Benny too. He gets chased. First they're making a play for the old man. And this is just shameful. They're ganking up on the old timer time and time again. And now they want to go for keep. They want to go for the keep. Check out the battle. Here it is, the kill. And the jet propulsion. That was the big problem here. The jet propulsion and the double stun. Kerrigan and Vala just didn't stand a chance any longer. And now, thanks to Sylvanas, they are breaking through the mid lane to take down the keep. Now, the death timers, they are not high enough to go for core. But taking a keep down 11, 12 minutes into the game is already a massive win. And that's exactly what they're accomplishing here. So the keep is down. There's going to be continuous pressure. Epicenter is in on level 16 for the blue team. Just as we have the Hardos with the next talent as well. Yeah, Manticore is what I would expect, considering how Hazu was dancing around them the entire time, weaving those auto attacks in. There's alternatives, of course. I don't think that's going to happen. No, it is, as expected, Manticore. And now they are looking for fights. 1.5 levels behind, you can't let them get to level 20. The Shrine is the big one. Going for the Shrine here, that's going to be massively important. They go for the Scroll of the Stone Curse, and Zelia's just baiting. He's just sitting there in their face time and time again, and then she just disappears. He goes for the burrow, moves out of the way. Hogger is already trying to take control on the Shrine and get a few points connected for them. It's the 5 versus 5, and it's the big one that really matters. This is the moment of truth. The Hardos, they need something. They need a kill, they need a combo. 8 kills to 6. They drag Zelia with the connect and the engage as they're going for Bad Benny, but he's still alive. Garrosh, he's still alive, and they needed to bunker up. They quasi a bit low. They're flipping Zelia over. The stun against Blaze. The jet propulsion against 3. Kerrigan is dead, but so is the side laner for the blue team. Blaze disappeared. These jet propulsion hits that we're seeing from him are incredible. Again, Masquerade Masquerade gets thrown out. Bad Benny is alive. And Zelia gets attacked, but he doesn't care either. Hogger pogging it out. Left, right, left, center. Zelia on the chase. He connects the drag with Vala. The follow-up is there. And Vala explodes. Bad Benny. Bad Benny. Is he going to turn into good Benny here? Maybe he goes for the kill, but he can't get it. Bad Benny on the way back out. They get the Punisher, and Sylvanas is dead. Hogger with a big poke. They're winning it. They're winning the fight. Flip forward, and the stun. Masquerade gets murdered. What a combo. Set up by Bad Benny. That was spicy. Check this out as he throws the flea back forward for the stun. There it is. The stun into the wall. And that's the end of Anubarak. Oh, beautiful play. 19 to 18. There is still a level lead for the blue team. But we are headed through the mid lane now as the Hardos take the fort down. Whoa. What a game. What a game. What a series. So, 41,000 damage for Vala. 36,000 for Sylvanas. They're trying to break through here. Deckard Cain with all the zoning that he can provide. And that is a Frozen Punisher. These boys are dangerous. Kerrigan wasn't with them though, so they move back. They're still an experience lead. They're trying to deny the vision. They take it down. Helps, of course, also. Well, not in this case, but yeah, oftentimes it gets used also to keep your hatred stacks up. Not really here. Ooh. Look at Kerrigan's siege damage, by the way. 103,000. They try to go for the camps. Push towards the top. They expected them here, but the Hardos aren't there. So instead they are setting up a trap. They know that the camps are taken at the bottom of the map. The fortified bunker is now in, and at level 20, that's a huge problem for the Hardos. It's an entire level. So they're just running away. And it's the only thing that they can do. Run, baby, run. Go full Forrest Gump on them. Just rush away and wait for your own level 20 to drop. There's no chance that you can take a serious fight before that's the case. These battles have been way too close to begin with. And if your opponent has a Storm Talon advantage over you, it's time to say goodbye and drop out of the fight for some time. No ult yet. I mean, it should be Contagion for the Haka. Should be Contagion for Celia. But he hasn't taken it yet. So, right now, they're closing in on the Storm Talons. Objective hasn't been announced yet. No need to be aggressive. No need to move out. No need to give them a target. Play it slow. Play it safe. They're double checking all the corners exactly as they should. And the experience down at the bottom of the map. Yeah, they're locking it in. Good for them. Bit of a flank attempt, maybe still. Gotta stay out of Cocoon Rage, and they do. And that's the XP right there. Bam! There's the hit. There's level 20. They got it. Omega Storm. Omega lul. And we got the Farflight Quiver. Also the Deadly Calm and Respect the Elderly. I mean, that's the one thing that they didn't do throughout the entire game. Nobody respected the Elderly here. Nobody respected Deckard Cain. They ganked up on it multiple times. They didn't even give him a 1 versus 1. They went 5v1 multiple times and just beat him down. Zero respect given. You know, back in Deckard's time, that wouldn't have happened. If you stay a while and listen, he's going to tell you all about it. Now, we are heading into a top lane fight, and the problem is that this is still up on the map. There's a fountain and there's a fort, and that alone gives a big advantage to Team WA for the next battle. They can tap, they can pre-tap, and that gives them a lot more sustain. Ooh, so off we go. We got the push. Farflight Quiver. The range extension is insane for Vala. And with Manticore, they could try and take, of course, the front line down. There's a lot of targets. They're playing 3 melees. For Vala, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, there's a ton of targets that she can use. On the other, you gotta be so careful that Blaze doesn't connect that jet propulsion and Zelia is not dragging you into the rest of the team. So here's the objective. That's the big one. The Haka is already sliding in. They're trying to take a good position at the angle. Wait for the jet propulsion though. They're cutting them off a little bit. Here comes Benny. He's trying to isolate. He's trying to secure the flank. Jet propulsion is in. They're going for Masquerade. Stay a while and get wrecked, Anubarak. And Noob is down. Zelia nearly drops. They go for Masquerade the turn. No, Garrosh, Stickwasser. It's both of them that fall. But we also have everybody else insanely low in Copenhagen. He gets murdered. Vala is in trouble. Hazuops is doing what he can. He's still alive. He's on the run and he gets the support down here. Zelia runs into the stun, literally, but he's also still chasing Vala and they get the kill. They push them out. Top lane is pressured already by the camp. 13 kills to 11. Ah, the Hardos on the way back out of the fight. Bot lane, Zelia is immediately starting to control the lane by taking down the catapults and giving his own minions an advantage. And at the top, they go for the objective. They've fallen behind initially. They're going to wait for Blaze to come back, but they're locking them in slowly and steadily. Zelia's Dehaka busy at the camp. Old man, he wants the 1v1. Nobody respected him earlier, and he's like, I'm going to go and get that respect. No way. Really? Hit him with a stick! Hit him with a stick, baby! Zelia is able to get out, but oh boy, they really wanted him, didn't they? Even dropping the ult. Wow, if that would have worked, if they get the Dehaka kill, can you imagine? That would have been wild. But here comes Zelia. Dude, mistakes were made. That's just, like, he's just baiting at this point. Mistakes were made. Not like this, dude. Not like this. Zelia done goofed. Now he screwed up. He nearly played the perfect game here, but that was definitely overstepping it a bit. 20 minutes into it, and it's a 4 versus 5 attack against the top keep. It might still fall. With that Punisher, with that bad boy, the keep should fall, but I don't think they can go for core here. And yeah, look at Dino. Oh my god, Dino, the damage output on him. Yeah, they take this easily. But the core is safe. The core is safe for now, but we're 21 minutes into the game. And guys, these catapults are hurting so much now. So as the game continues and the lanes get pressured, once those catapults make it on the core, it's Winion time. It's absolutely Winion time. Ooh, careful here. Oh boy, careful on this one. It's, by the way, the only time that Zelia died. It's the first death in the game. He committed Sudoku on that one. That was not the bush to tunnel into. Definitely not. Okay, so top pressure. Look at Copenhagen. Look at the respect. He's like, yeah, I am not engaging if I don't know where they are. If they don't show on the minimap, I'm not going for it. Benny is checking everything. He can face check. He's playing Garrosh. It's fine. And now they're at the bottom of the map. It's a 5 versus 5 again. Couple of camps are up and they're moving in for them. Oh god, it's crazy. Yeah, it's very much getting crazy here. 25 kills. We have 25 kills. 22 minutes in, level 23 versus level 22. 25 kills. 13 to 12. It's so close. In kills at least, and in experience, but there's not a single keep that has been lost on the blue team side. So they have continuous catapult pressure here. There's even a fort at the top still in play. I mean, are you kidding me? They got a fort. Someone needs to pop off. Yasu maybe with another murder ult. If he can slow them down. Hazu, he's done a lot, but he's also the one that is getting chased over and over again. They're setting up small traps. Everybody is just checking bushes. Nobody wants to die because they face check and run into the opponent's team. And it's all about vision. Absolutely vision, 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 vision. It's all that you're fighting for right now. And of course, the next shrine. And this time we're talking mid lane, which is a little bit better for them. I think they want to go for the aggressive play, because if not, then they have to deal with this. This is super dangerous. Double catapult, but they're stealing it away. They're stealing the top away. Good for them. But the mid lane is still worrying me. I'm looking at the minimap, and honestly, I'm getting a little bit antsy over here. Someone needs to press... Someone needs to go for Hearthstone here. Guys, seriously. That's a little bit too much to handle. Okay, they're falling back now. If that game gets decided because Catapult go ignored at the core, then I'm gonna go full baby rage on this one. I'm telling you. So Nick is crushing all of it. And of course, up at the top, it's a bit of relief thanks to the camp. It's just a slow. It's all they're getting. This is the shrine. Guys, this is it. This is honestly potentially game. I mean, very much so game if the blue team gets it. If the Hardos, on the other hand, take it and get some kills in the fight, then I think it's equally over. But time is working in favor of Team Wow. 200,000 damage nearly for Kerrigan on Siege. And here we go. The poke battle has started, everybody. The combo misses. Kerrigan has to wait for the cooldowns again. And in comes Dino. Dino with nearly 60,000 damage. They're all positioning. Zelia at the top right of the team fight. He wants to go for it. He has the Contagion. They know where he is. They know where he is. They saw him just a second ago. Bot lane gets attacked. That's the single last keep that is standing. The Hardos knows that this is the one. Nick misses the combo again. The combo! The old man! Yasuo, he gets out. Yasuo is out. Bot lane pressure. The keep is gone. They're going to lose this one. Keep is going to be lost. They lose the keep for sure. They have to win the fight. This is the only chance. The only one for them. Omega Lul being used by Kerrigan. Breaking out. They need the damage. They need the kill. And Kerrigan gets Stukov. Stukov is dead. Nick dies too. The old man gets obliterated. It's a 4 versus 3. The Hardos in trouble. They're on the run, but this is the fight they have to win. They can't back off anymore. They gotta go. They gotta go now, but they're losing another one. Their combo is too good. The drag at the end, and that's a hit. Hazu is on the run as well. He's not going to survive this one either. This is game. This has to be it. They're trying to at least take the Punisher, but who gives a shit? This game is over with 4 heroes against only Hogger. He can pog all day long, but that's gonna be the end of it. This is the title. Hogger goes down to 5-man team wipe to end the game and the series. The catapults are homing in on the core. Team Wow, they are the champions of the X Cup Summer. They take it, the best of 7 grand final against the Hardos. GG, well played, and a deserved victory with a 4-1 for the team in blue. Nicely done, and congratulations.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.